in both its original show and its new online edition. To Catch a Predator has captured some incredibly strange and creepy individuals. So, from a man who had a kill kit to another who brought his own son. Join us. In an Ask Me Anything Reddit post, host Chris Hansen revealed that the strangest predator he'd ever encountered was Marvin Lacan. Lacan had sent a series of explicit messages to a 14-year-old decoy, the oddest of which said he wanted to watch her perform a sex act on a cat. The decoy agreed to this, but only on the condition he entered the house naked.
He's coming around.
Okay, yeah, like whatever you want. I guess totally naked, because that was the deal, right?
This is a man who apparently sticks to a deal. He walks in the back door, takes off all his clothes in the laundry room, and goes in search of the decoy.
Where are you?
Wait, just take a seat. Have a cookie. I made them because they'll go with the Cool Whip. It was kind of a little surprise.
You want to explain yourself? Grab that towel right there, please. Wrap it around yourself, and please sit in that stool. What are you doing?
Making a mistake.
Making a mistake. What is going on in your mind? You don't know. Now, what do you think would have happened, Marvin, had I not been here and had there actually been a 14-year-old girl in that next room? What would have happened after you walked in there naked?
Something probably would have happened.
Something like what?
Something along sexual lines.
Like you would have had sex with a 14-year-old girl?
I'm not sure if I would have done that, but...
Marvin, you're naked.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone all the way. I wasn't going...
You went all the way when you took your clothes off, just about.
Then I ask him about the plans he talked about online for the cat.
You know what would be a huge turn on for me? What? Watching you blank him, meaning the cat. She says, I don't think I want to blank the cat. Would you for me? You're going to make this 14-year-old girl perform a sex act on a cat. I mean, I can only imagine what would have been going on in this house had I not been here. Am I wrong to think that?
No, you're not.
So what's going to be happening if I'm not here? You're naked, there's a 14-year-old girl, you're chasing a cat around, you've got Cool Whip, and you want this girl to do some sex act with the cat, and then you'll have sex with her. Is that accurate? Yes. Have you ever met any young girls online? First time?
Yeah, this is the first time, which will never happen again, I can tell you that.
The nearly naked man starts laughing.
So it's funny.
No, I'm just thinking it to myself that this will never happen again. This is not something, no, it's not right.
So you're promising me right now that you'll never...
I'm promising myself that I'm not...
Hook up with a 14-year-old girl online, tell her to have sex with a cat, and walk into her house naked.
Not even under 19.
Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say about this predicament you're now in, we'd love to hear it.
Just trust me, it'll never happen again.
And if there's nothing else you have to say, then you're free to walk out that door where you stripped naked and walked in.
Once he gets his clothes back on, he walks outside and is arrested by that camouflaged officer.
Police on the ground!
Whilst this next predator is already creepy, what makes him even worse is that prior to the show, the 53-year-old James Wiles had a history of molesting his own children. Fortunately, James was later imprisoned and died of natural causes in 2010.
Let's go ahead and get on down there, he's coming.
Here comes 53-year-old James Wiles, a retired truck driver from Jacksonville.
You can come on in. Hi.
Online, Wiles uses the screen name Hambubger to chat with a decoy named Claire, who told him she was 13. He says he wants Claire to meet him in her underwear, pink to be exact. Claire agrees and has her own request.
Is there any way I can get you to bring me some M&Ms?
Hi. How are you?
And here he is inside the undercover house, greeted by a 19-year-old actress hired by Dateline.
I wasn't sure if you were coming.
Oh, yeah. Told you I'd be here.
Wiles keeps his online promise.
Did you bring my M&Ms? Did you bring the condoms too? No?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, I'm gonna go change. I'll be right back, okay?
We've blurred his graphic body language, which seems to telegraph exactly what's on his mind.
You seem a little nervous driving around out there.
Yeah.
What are you doing here today?
I'm coming to see her.
And how old is the girl you came to see here today?
She says she's 13.
13.
Right, I'm just visiting, that's all. I did not want to have sex with
Well, that's
her.
not what it says here.
I know what it says there.
We will be making love all the time I'm there. Okay, cool. With my tongue up your blank.
But I say that on all the...
You say that all the time.
Right.
James, do you ever watch television?
Very little I watch TV.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet children online for sex.
Sir, please, I'm not in for sex. I'm just in for friendship, that's all.
And to prove it, Wiles gives an excuse we haven't heard before. He says he isn't able to have intercourse.
Ain't a woman in this world give me a I'm past that stage now. So I'm telling you the truth. I am past that stage.
Well, you're free to go.
I know when you go have me arrested when I walk out the door.
Actually, it's the Flagler Beach police who are gonna do the arresting.
Turn around.
In one of the most shocking moments on the show, 40-year-old Clifford Wallach arrived at the house of whom he suspected to be a 14-year-old boy with his own 5-year-old son. 2 years after his arrest, in January 2008, Clifford was convicted of child abuse and sentenced to 5 years in prison.
After conducting 4 internet predator investigations in 4 different states, you'd think we'd be prepared for anything.
He's getting out of the car.
But what happens here in Florida shocks us all.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. He brought his son with him. He's got his child with him.
He's a 40-year-old married man, Clifford Wallach, screen name PhotoFix. He's here to meet a boy who told him online he was 14. Dell from Perverted Justice, posing as the boy, talks to PhotoFix on the phone.
He said, I like oral, all aspects. I said, giving or receiving. He said, both. I said, cool. He said, you up for that? I said, sure.
Coming in the back door.
Holding his son's hand, the 40-year-old walks into the house.
What you got?
Because we don't want to scare the little boy, we immediately tell the man what's going on.
I got to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you just straight up right now. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Okay.
We're doing a story on adults meeting children, and since you have your child here, I'm not going to pursue this.
Okay.
But I think you know what you were doing here, don't you?
No, this is doing this one.
My point is, because your child is here, I think it'd be best if you just went ahead and left.
Yeah, I agree. I'm never going to do this again.
Since the police know the man has his son with him,
Sir, right there. You come here. You come here. Let go of the child.
a female officer quickly takes the little boy and whisks him away so he doesn't have to further witness his father's arrest.
Please give me my son, please.
He's taken away in handcuffs and brought to the transfer station.
Please, I want to stay with my son.
That's not an option for now, sir.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I was
Okay,
only
sir, I'm not
coming to
doing
take somebody
so,
to lunch. I can't feel my hands. Please.
The police contact the boy's mother at work, tell her what's going on, and she comes and gets him.
You want to get a drink? Yeah?
Meanwhile, the dad is taken to jail.
In the recent online revival of the show, 27-year-old Steve Buchanan was caught attempting to meet a 13-year-old girl. However, the situation is even worse than it seems. It's suspected that Buchanan planned to abduct, rape, and murder the seeming child. Disturbingly, rather than enter the house, he wanted the actress to come on a drive with him. Whilst in the boot of his car, police found a box of condoms, a camera, duct tape, a knife, and a gun.
Our on-site decoy, a 19-year-old theater student portraying Bailey, opens the door.
I'm just really scared. Can you just, like, prove to me right now that you don't have a gun? Can you turn around? You swear? Okay.
Huh.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want you to think I'm crazy.
No, I trust me, I understand.
Okay. Do you want to come in?
You want to go?
What's happening is even scarier than we anticipated. Buchanan is actually trying to lure Bailey into his car.
Can you just, like, come in and we can chat for a little bit? I feel really weird about just, like...
I can come right there and chat. I'm not coming in.
Yeah.
You got some food if you want.
Like what?
I don't know, what do you like?
I don't know, I just ate not that long ago. I'm not like that hungry.
You want to show you around?
Just be driving around, you know?
Trust me, I know it's here. What if I took you to an empty parking lot and tell you to drive?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Would you like that?
I don't know.
From our control room, I'm watching our sting suddenly take an unexpected and potentially dangerous turn. I have to stop it before it gets out of hand.
Stephen, I'm going to need to talk to you for a minute. Please come in. Come on in, please.
Unbelievably, Buchanan comes inside to talk. I take him into the kitchen and grill him.
Why don't you take a seat right over there? What was on the agenda tonight?
I was just going to take her out and show her around.
Take her out and show her around where?
Fairfield.
Fairfield.
That's it.
And what exactly were you going to show her?
The beach, sites to go to.
So you're the welcome wagon here in Fairfield. And so what is all this talk back and forth between you and a girl you think is 13? You know you're going to shower with me Thursday night. What night is this? What night is this? I'm gonna pick you up and put you against the shower wall. Then I'm going to have you ride me, babe, as my hand grabs your ass and I blank your blanks. Did you send her any pictures of yourself? Then you talk about actually having sex with her and Skyping it to an ex-boyfriend.
There's a horrible lapse in judgment.
A horrible lapse in judgment. Help me to understand what it was that really brought you here tonight. You circled the house, you pulled in the driveway, you wanted her to get in the car with you, not even having met. That's a little creepy, I gotta tell you, Steve.
I understand. And I did not bring any condoms with me.
Well, that doesn't mean anything, really, does it? What else did you bring?
Nothing.
Just yourself?
Yes.
As you're about to see, Stephen Buchanan is lying. After I confront this predator, he leaves the kitchen and walks right into the arms of the police.
Coming out, you come over. Police department, or from police.
He's handcuffed and put into the back of an unmarked police car.
Is a weapon in the car?
Yes. It's in there.
Hey guys, where is it?
It's in the trunk.
He's got his weapons are in the trunk.
The cops search his trunk and make a shocking discovery.
.40 caliber Glock.
Along with the legally registered Glock semi-automatic, they find a knife, duct tape, a camera, and a pack of condoms. I first feared it was what cops commonly call a kill kit.
I was blown away. I've seen, as you can imagine, a lot doing these investigations. But I've never seen a predator show up
with what could have been a kill kit in his car. The evidence against him is overwhelming, and Buchanan ultimately pleads guilty to 3 felony charges: attempted second-degree sexual assault, attempted risk of injury to a minor, and attempting to entice a minor in an obscene act. The sentence, 10 years, suspended after he serves at least 3 years in prison, and he must register as a sex offender. We got a bad one off the streets, but there are still a lot more predators out there waiting to be caught.